Men have high standards and so do women. Both men and women should both have high standards.
What do you think the standards are that a man has for a woman? What do you think, Anissa, what do you think are the standards that a man has for a woman?
To be peaceful, to be nurturing, to add value to whatever his situation is, to be able to build and grow with him and be teachable and be submissive. Like I would think the Proverbs 31 would be.
You feel like that's a crazy high standard, or do you feel like that's just normal?
I feel like pretty high. I'm not saying it's too high to unreachable.
It sounds pretty basic to me.
You think that's basic?
Being peaceful, being submissive,
no, the reason why I
being
say it's
someone
not
that
basic,
adds value sounds basic.
The reason why I say it's not basic is because it's so rare to find. I believe that having those standards do make you a person that has high standards. I don't think having high standards is a bad thing.
It can't be harder to find than a man that's got everything trying to take you serious.
I personally think that when it comes to men finding good women, women don't even hit the basics. When I hear these single women talk and they're saying, well, I don't need to be soft. I'll be feminine when he's masculine. You should be feminine because you're feminine. You should be feminine because that's what you're striving to be. You should not be hard because life has made you hard. What that says is you're not as strong as you think that you are.
Crack. Hit. Crush. Smash. Why are you always obsessed with being against women? Like, why can't it even make love, hold, care? Everything is related to with y'all.
Who gonna tell her? You know what, I'm gonna tell her, since y'all scared to tell her. Lady, men don't talk about smashing their wives. Men don't talk about crushing their fiancés. Men don't talk about cracking their girlfriends who they consider to be wifey. Men only say stuff like that when they're talking about women they don't know anything about, women they don't take seriously, or hoes, throwaways, toss-ups, smash and grabs, one-hitter quitters. That's the language they use for those women. So this doesn't have anything to do with. It's just slang. It's the same way we make up words for everything else. The real thing of importance you want to pay attention to is who are they talking about when they are using these words. So if you only hear the men around you and your friends referencing you girls like that, either those men don't know a lot about you, they don't take y'all seriously, or they think y'all some hoes. I hope it's the first one, but I don't really know. I'm just telling you what the possibilities are here.
Who's stronger? A female who's been working out for 4 years and competes in bodybuilding,
I compete in bikini bodybuilding with WMBF.
or an average male with average strength?
My name is Terence. I've been working out for roughly half a year.
How would you grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of your strength?
I'll say 5.
5, average. First challenge, just one hand, grip as hard as you can. Okay, let's go. Harder. 35.3. Go. 34.7, that's so close. Second challenge, good girl, bad girl. Or in this case, good girl and bad boy. One of y'all would be closing the thighs and the other one will be opening. Other baby, you're not moving. Oh no. Time's up. Terence wins. Good job. Nice one. Final challenge for the day. 1v1 tug of war. Get nice and stable and go. Go. Until you pass my hand. Go. Hit anything?
No, it's okay. It's got
Based on the scorecard today, our winner is Terence, 100 ringgit.
Oh, this is the first tug of war game I ever won. Usually I lose the tug of wars in my school.
Okay, shake it off.
Single women who are over 50 years old who have been reaching out to me for wife coaching tips, I'm no longer taking them. Don't pay the money through my website because I'm just going to refund it to you. I've had a couple of experiences this week, and here's why. Most of you, not all, but 99% of the women who are 53 and older, specifically 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 64, in those age brackets, have been the most challenging for me to coach because the standards are unrealistically high. I get that you're old school and I get that your mom raised you to only interact with gentlemen, but most of the men who do all of the stuff that you're wanting are, or they're not looking for 55 or 57-year-old women. There are some younger men who do that, and you don't want an old man because he can't perform in. Well, the younger men don't want an older woman because some of you have arthritis, some of you have missing teeth, you have gray hair, you have grandkids. Like, you got to be realistic and balanced in your.
None of us in here can be considered traditional women. And back then, an average guy could get a traditional woman. And now what does he get? He gets a boss babe, a girl that's been ran through. He gets an ex. he gets a born again virgin. Like,
what do
this
I
is
get?
as women,
Yeah.
this is what do we get? We still get protection and provisioning.
Are you sure?
And the average
that they be
salary,
looking for.
the average,
That's not.
I mean, okay, but here's the
settlement.
thing: the average salary could cover an apartment. But the thing is, like, women, we want this lifestyle that's not even realistic nowadays. Like, we want men that make more than we do, and we want them to pay all of the bills. But it's like, we all have our nails done. We have, we get our hair dyed. We have makeup. We have all of this stuff that costs money because we want this lifestyle. And I've had girls come on my show and I say, would you date an average guy for companionship? But you would have to go down in lifestyle. And they say, no, we're addicted to lifestyle.
I used to be. A lot of people don't know that. I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care, because, bruh, the experience was No woman is just out here trying to help her man. She expects her man to just do for her. And it dawned on me, like, when women were growing up, I don't know one woman that was raised to know how to treat a man. I don't. I know that when I was being raised up, and the people around me that was being raised up, our mamas taught us to pay attention what to look for in a man. Pay attention to how or what he has, 6 figures, a car, a house. Nobody taught us how to love him. Nobody taught us how to take care of him when he's down. Nobody taught a woman how to nurture their man the correct way. We were just taught to look. We were just nurturers by nature. Nobody was taught how to nurture no man.
I hear so many men on here commenting on my videos basically saying, like, I don't approach women because I'm scared that they'll accuse me of something and, you know, like, my life will be ruined, all this kind of stuff. And I understand, like, that obviously does happen. And it's a valid fear, but I think it's like living for the extreme. And you could say that about anything. You could literally say that about getting a plane, like, oh, I would never fly because, you know, planes crash, or I would never get on a horse because someone's riding a horse. Like, yeah, like, there are obviously risks to everything, but I think as long as you approach a woman respectfully and have like good intentions behind it, whatever, and respect their answer, it's not going to be an extreme situation. And I think that men who say that a lot of times are cowardly, like they're just afraid and they're using that as an excuse. So that's just my opinion, honestly, but
I'll remove you, make every step you take, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you.
Oh my gosh, this is such rage bait for men because he's literally right there. You don't need to look for another man or hope for another man to look at you that way. He's right there, and most likely, absolutely, he's in your friend zone because he's looking at you like that, and you're either not registering it or you're just completely in denial and you don't want him for whatever reason. But in the end all, this is what is so frustrating for so many good men out there that put in effort towards women, and then she'll actually turn around and say, I just want to find a man just like you. Like, he's right there.
I guess I missed this part in my personal training certification. Make sure to show people how to pull up their leggings before working out. So that was my video that went viral, and there were hundreds of comments saying, but it's normal to pull up your leggings, and this is a normal habit. Now, I won't argue with you that it's a normal habit to pull up your leggings, but it's not normal to film yourself doing that and then post it online. This is not just a habit that just so happened to be caught on camera. It is done so intentionally. It's the lengths these trainers go through of setting up their camera and tripod, pressing record, then making sure they're all centered in frame, turning around, then picking up their leggings, essentially giving themselves a wedgie or purposefully jiggling their glutes to flex or show off their body. And it doesn't stop there. After they're done filming and working out at the gym, they go to edit their educational and inspirational workout video. They purposely clip this moment of pulling up their leggings, sometimes even zoom in and put it at the beginning of their video as a hook to get you to watch. Sometimes it takes a whole 5 seconds of pulling up leggings before we even get to see a single part of the workout. What we don't see is them picking up their dumbbells, getting into position, or all of their reps. You know, the unnecessary stuff. Don't make excuses for these girls. These are professional content creators. If they know how to delete a clip of the other unnecessary stuff, they know how to delete a clip of them pulling up their leggings. This is intentionally filmed and edited. At the end of the day, this is inappropriate. Instagram trainers, be honest. You're either doing this to tap into your followers' insecurities, or you're doing it for your own likes to get your comment section full of heart eye emojis, fire emojis, and hashtag body goals. It doesn't add value to anyone but you.
You know, Nisa was asking a question, you know, she was saying men and women have high standards. And then Sarah was like, okay, what are the standards that men have for women? It's not really going to be a whole lot. Let's say that men had a handful of standards. Let's say that men had like 5 to 7 things that they really wanted out of a woman. A lot of these modern women, their standards, quote unquote, are 50 to 60 things, 50 to 60 things that a man needs to have. And he needs to be ultra competent, regardless of if she's even competent in those areas.
Fresh face out of the shower, your natural face. You can't use 7. What would you rank yourself? 1 to 10?
A 6.
Okay. A 6 is right above average. A 5 is average, right? If you're average to cute looking, if you're below average health from a weight standpoint, and you have 2 children, overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average?
Average.
Then why should you get above average? What do you mean settle for? You should get what you are.
I see millionaires with average women all the time.
They don't have big chest tattoos either. And 2 other kids. Let's be honest. Why should an average woman say she's settling for an average man? You said, so I should just settle for an average guy. And I'm like, you're an average woman. Why would you be settling and he wouldn't? So what would he be doing? Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money. So if he don't have no money,
You ain't fine enough for no money.
I'm not fine enough for money.
No, you said you're 6. You don't get money. You get second shift at the plant. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't. I have my own business.
Congratulations, don't care. Man, you got 2 children. Numbers together would be average. An average man would be upgrading to get you.
Okay, so I guess we'll be settling for each other.
No, my issue is you said settling for him. That means you'd be getting something less than what you deserve.
If he's not adding to me, then that will be settling, right?
That is why I have no problem telling women to alone.
He said he didn't want to marry me because I didn't fit his weight requirement in the 3 years we were together.
He wanted you to be bigger or smaller?
Well, I made the mistake and signed an agreement that I would lose weight.
Tell me about an agreement like this that you had to sign.
I guess basically in order for him to marry me that I would work on losing weight, so he would buy me stuff for me to lose weight, and then he would go to counseling.
What I'm hearing is a broken, dismantled, trauma-filled man who self-projected his self-hate, his insecurity, his lack of integrity on you.
No. We gonna tell the truth in
Let's
today.
go.
Why is it always an issue when a man has requirements? Sometimes we just not yoked for each other, and that's perfectly okay. But in terms of even just like you said, he created a contract. Sure, but she signed it. You don't have to sign the contract.
Okay.
If I felt that disrespected by you writing this contract and laying it in front of the table, I say get the out of my face. But she signed it.
I signed it because I'm 47 now, and I want to be married. I was in love with him, so I figured the pickings is slim.
But I want to say this. Yes, she signed it. Yes, she needs to take accountability on that piece. But to your point that if you're saying that this woman is not the weight class, the body size, I'm not attracted to her, she's not conducive to my liking, why in the am I dealing with her in the first place? Okay? Why in the am I choosing her in the first place? I have the power of choice. There are a million women in here who are smaller, bigger, no BBL and everything else. I can choose that which is conducive for me. I don't have to pour into her or project onto her some trauma that I'm dealing with to say, look, I need you to sign a contract to be a certain size. Go get that to the size you want.
All right.
3 things Colombian women do that American dating cannot compete with. 1, no ego battles. Colombian women aren't trying to out-alpha you. They're feminine, confident, and they actually enjoy a man being masculine. 2, they show affection like it's their language. They touch you, they give you compliments, they give you a lot of attention. Everything men are starving for in modern dating. 3, they love. They're not scared to commit. They're not embarrassed to care. They love emotions, and that's why men fall fast. It's not their looks, it's their energy.
If you talk to me like that again, I'll walk away. Boundaries are not control. They're about preserving peace. Here's 3 ways to set boundaries without looking weak or cold. Number 1, decide what you will and won't accept. Make that clear. You can't defend a line that you haven't drawn. Number 2, communicate it clearly once. Say it calm and direct. If you talk to me like that again, I'll walk away. And number 3, enforce it every time. It's good for you, it's good for them. No emotion, no argument, just consistency. People respect what you protect. Boundaries are not walls, they are proof that you respect yourself.
Back then, an average guy could get a traditional woman. And now what does he get? He gets a boss babe, a girl that's been ran through. He gets an ex, he gets a born-again virgin. What do we get? We still get protection and provisioning. The average salary could cover an apartment. But the thing is, like, women, we want this lifestyle that's not even realistic nowadays. Like, we want men that make more than we do, and we want them to pay all of the bills. But it's like, we all have our nails done. We get our hair dyed. We have makeup. We have all of this stuff that costs money because we want this lifestyle.
What does being divorced, 46, as a single mom look like? Because I don't know how I got here. But here I am.
I don't have answers. And I got boundaries.
Remember those clips that I said that went viral not too long ago?
But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married a white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the side? She likes offensive. I am
No, I'm not. I'm saying, like, I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like, that's my...
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side?
He's the best man I know.
We love Freddie. We love
He really
Freddie.
is. I married him because he's like my dad. He's very loyal, very compassionate, so funny, an awesome guy. And in our 13 years of being together, there was never any lies, no betrayal, no cheating, nothing.
Now, if I was the guest, I would say that the divorce was predicated on the foundation of wanting children at that portion of her life. She was a career-oriented woman and didn't want life interrupted by motherhood. The man that she divorced currently has children.
The truth is, I am now looking at the world with my own eyes, rather than eyes that I feel pretended to see what I wanted to see instead of what I was really seeing.
Eyes wide open now because after divorce and having a child now, I can just see everything so clearly. It's not about what the world puts upon me. It's about what I think. You're 46 years old. At what point were you not supposed to figure this out on your own? It's just wild to me to watch grown women figure out high school level when they're about to hit menopause. Like it just...
At 53, I am no longer the focus of male attention.
Listen to the cope.
And because
Watch.
I'm no longer the focus of male attention, I'm no longer seeking male validation. If I had gotten divorced earlier, even when I was like in my early 40s, I don't know if I would have been able to be in this space right now. I think I still might have been in the place of seeking male attention and male validation. I would have gotten myself into the same trap.
Listen to the way that she frames this through her cope of her situation of no longer receiving the gaze from men is that she spent her whole life imprisoned by the male gaze. Like it was men that forced her to love this attention and to center her life around that. That has nothing to do with men. There is never any real accountability when you listen to them speak. Somehow it always becomes the man's fault.
Men are born protectors. They do a lot of things that even we don't even realize that they're doing. My husband and I just went to a Detroit Lions game and we stopped at a rest area. He got done before me and I walked out of the bathroom and he was sitting there waiting for me. And I wouldn't think anything of it until I started thinking about this. And men are born protectors. He waited for me because it was dark. He opened the door. I went up first. I see his eyes scan the parking lot. Men are born protectors and they want to protect you, even from things that you're not even paying attention to. Like you could be downtown somewhere. There'd be a group of people in the distance that look a little sketchy. And without even notifying you that that's how he feels, he'll say, let's go look at this store. He's avoiding conflict. He's protecting you. Protecting you from something that you might not even realize. And it doesn't necessarily have to be protecting you from things like that. Sometimes you open your glove box, there's a phone charger in there, an extra one. He might have bought it. He might have taken your car to fill it up while you were taking a nap, so you didn't have to get gas the next day. Men are born protectors. And a lot of women don't pay attention to these things. There are a lot of men that do these things and it's just a natural thing. So pay attention. Your man might be doing things like this and it's second nature because, you know, that's just who your man is.
Like I was talking about boundaries. And one thing that I do believe that you need boundaries. But I think for some of these guys, just like women are, they say I'm still learning how to say no and yada, yada, yada. Men are still learning how to say no and how to refrain from doing certain things. And a lot of men, they try to be nice to people because they know how they're seen. You're going to see me as aggressive. You're going to see me as somebody that's, trying to take advantage of you. Right. So a lot of men are actually setting boundaries. Right. But they need to learn how to get better at it. And then even still, there are some men that know how to set boundaries. It's just that a lot of modern women don't like the boundaries that men set. And so they'll call men sassy over setting these boundaries. And when a man walks away, he gets shamed for walking away and not staying in a situation where he gets degraded and talked about like he's trash, or he sets reasonable boundaries. They talk about him sideways and they're going to wonder why they don't have a man. Because you can't respect a boundary. Even when a man is trying to be nice and talk to you with respect, modern women don't listen.
So much of the questions like, honey, how was your day? For her, that's a connectivity question. Yeah. For a man, it could be something it doesn't want to think about anymore. Over. But she'll take it as you don't want to connect. Mm-hmm. Instead of the wrong question, wrong time, right? Because you get that question, you walk in the door. Our brains just work so differently, and maybe this was the thing, but maybe not. This other thing that showed up with the downloading of Keynes code was that whether we're in a producing result state of mind, what I call a committed state of mind, or we're in an open state of mind, we naturally scan for strength. And this isn't just human. You watch any two dogs measure each other up, right? So we scan for strength. And what women don't know about men choosing mates is, and so what men don't know is that women don't know this, that you guys are like natural team builders. So you're scanning for complementary strengths. You're not scanning for someone who's like you, which men have told me over and over again, I don't want someone who's like me. And so if women don't know that men are scanning for strength, women don't know how much strength men see in women and what they see as strength, like peacefulness.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is their strength. And you don't know that. And that men don't know that women are scanning for strength, but then where we perceive strength, now we are desperate to connect.
So do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience because I was super sheltered in high school, didn't really date, was a late bloomer. So when I got to high school, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year.
Why? You don't have to settle for someone's crusty, dusty son. Like, settle in, get your friend group going, see like where you kind of vibe, and then maybe like wait for the third guy or like the fifth guy that gives you attention, and then like maybe you can like go for that.
Quantifying when you should by the third to the fifth person is just makes no sense. As if the third to fifth guy is going to be a better option than the first guy. Like, what are you talking? Like, is there not any requirements that you can teach them to look out for, to identify the characteristics of a guy who is trying to seriously date? Like, could you not do that? Oh, that's right. You were too busy popping that punani flapjack in white boy frat houses. Fun college times with us all, including waking up multiple times with a sore anus.
Here we go. Wait, okay. I met this guy on Tinder. I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over. I like woke up in the morning and like my a little sore.
Also, all my G's out there, when you're dating these young women, always acknowledge, right? Like, always pay attention to the way that they talk about men. If they talk about prior men within their lives as crusty dusty, these are the women that have a low barometer hate for men. They don't honor or appreciate what a man is, and at times of conflict within relationship, that's their default. But anyway, it's clear in watching this clip.
Dark time in my life, but I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again.
Liz in the house. She claims she rode it through with him.
When I first met Akash, I felt there was something so special about him. He has character, he has integrity, like he loves me so much. That kind of connection withstood all of the bad times. Even though everything got so bad, I would just pray so hard every day just to get out of that situation, and I feel like slowly but surely we kind of crawled out of it.
Oh, that just sounds so amazing. She was busy just praying for him while he was grinding to make it work. Just so interesting to watch the degree of cope within him to somehow now, as a system of validation, give her these things that he was unable to do previously, while her also acting like it's never enough, complaining that his birthday is one of the worst days out the year, and complaining that she has to get him a gift on Christmas.
Hey, so you do for pay?
Go for pay, yeah.
But you're straight?
But I'm straight.
Explain that to me.
I don't really know. To be honest. You got me there.
So if I went into a room and I saw a geezer,
yeah,
and he's bent over,
yeah,
it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So how do you change your mind frame to, okay, wait, do you have to do missionary as well and stuff?
I do everything, mate. Yeah, if the money's there, I'm doing it.
And so is he like...
He ain't... Oh, they love it. They love it, because I'm a straight geezer.
No, I'm saying when he's got his legs up, yeah, and then you're there.
Yeah.
Is he? You can see everything, yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
He shuts off from it.
You think he's? No, he's gay.
He's not even. He's so straight, it's ridiculous.
It's nonsense.
I don't know about so straight.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, dog. The end of days is here, bro. Same reason why we got men in the girls' locker rooms right now, dog. Like that, bro. He's the straightest man ever because he can do like how that shit work. He's the straightest man ever because he do gay shit.
Why can't Rika find her own man? Why is she into poly? Again, you hoes come to my page asking that question. You come here assuming 1,000,001 things. But you know what? I don't go to your page and ask you why you 230 pounds. Like, I don't do that. I don't go to your page and ask you why you with the man who, if you couldn't pay your bills, he has nothing for you. Like, but comfort. You know what I mean? Like, you hungry, he has nothing but a back rub for you. Like, I don't understand why I would lower my standards in the man that I want to be with the man that you got. Like, I would never date the type of man that y'all be dating, like ever in my life. Like, I don't see how y'all are even attracted to this type of man. So yeah, I'd rather be in poly with a high value man who can actually help me, support me, take care of me, love me. We can have a good time, like, without our stomachs rumbling and we gotta split a $25 meal. Like, that doesn't make sense for me. You know what I mean? And so when y'all come on my page saying these things, I'm like, again, I go look at it. You're 230, call center job. Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, you don't have a car, you have roommates. Like, your life looks horrible. Maybe you should give poly a try. But then again, a lot of poly men even that first wife, you would be intimidated by her. You would be intimidated by that first wife because you have nothing to offer. You lack so much in life that you would have nothing to offer a poly situation. And a lot of you actually cannot hang. So again, you say, oh, why Rika can't find her own man? I can, baby. I just don't want the type of man that y'all got.
I just realized women really don't need men, like, at all. Life would be so much better if men didn't exist. The only reason we really need them is to have babies, right? Well, and I guess we also need them to do all those hard jobs we don't want to do, like oil rigging, plumbing, building all our roads and infrastructure, like all those jobs, we don't want to do that. But really, we don't need them. And I guess it is nice to have a husband, like a soulmate, someone that really loves us. It's nice to have someone to spoil you, pay for everything, buy us flowers, someone that really loves us and like supports us emotionally, physically, validates us, protects us, supports us financially. But that's about it. Honestly, we really don't need men, do we?
If a man expresses anger, he's toxic. If a man expresses fear, he's a coward. If a man sets boundaries, he's insecure. If a man expresses sadness, he's weak. If a man has standards, he's misogynistic. If a man expresses emotions, he's a simp. If a man shares no emotions, then he's heartless. The conclusion is, you can never win. People will never be pleased with you. So do not fear what labels they give you. Just do what is right by you, your family, and your creator. Nothing else matters.
It's really rough for the average guy, you know, to be honest, because women think that they deserve so many things. Like a guy that's 6'2" with a 10-inch and makes $1 million. You know, it's just like so delusional what these girls think, and you know, and a famous guy and this and that. Like they have all these like crazy requirements of what they think they deserve because they like maybe got some drunk guy in that category to from one time. You know, it's like what a guy will sleep with versus what a guy will marry or date are two very different things. And especially if you're talking about athletes, those motherfuckers will some like chicks that they don't even want to be seen with, right?
Should a woman submit to a man's leadership?
I think that when you meet a man who is such a safe bet and so secure, submission is a natural consequence. Now, if you refuse to do that because you don't see, like, it just goes against everything, the narrative you've been taught, you're depriving yourself of a really beautiful relationship. I'm not saying submit to every man, but a good man who cares about your well-being, you'd be a fool not to submit to him. You'd be a fool to argue with him. You'd be missing out on a great connection simply because you want to maintain your independence, but independence is overrated.
I think MTR was reacting to some clips of Akash Singh's wife and talked about how she deleted some of those clips where she was clearly humiliating her husband. With all of the stuff that she said, I'm glad she did. To be honest, I'm glad she did. Because some of these ladies out here, they gonna leave it up. They don't care nothing about what's going on with their man. They don't care nothing about embarrassing their man. I don't care. I mean, if he loves me, he knows how I am. And so that to me means I can talk reckless. I can say anything that I want to say. I can do anything that I want to do. And he should be able to just handle it. I'm not taking anything down.
I used to think men were because they were raised like. I am starting to believe as the parent of a little boy that they all start out like and they have to be raised out of it. My 6-year-old son, oh my God, he's been on one lately. He's been having a really hard time with a lot of stuff.
First and foremost, let this be a reminder that there's women out here who had children that didn't want children and now they hate them. And let this be a reminder as to why men struggle later on as adults with emotional regulation, emotional suppression, holding in their feelings and emotions, because when they are children and they are labeled bad by a parent, then you are teaching that child that their emotions have to be controlled. And do we wonder why we have so many men out here that don't want to express themselves when they're being told that they're inherently bad? And let's just imagine for a moment that a father got on the internet and started bashing his daughter, saying that she's inherently manipulative, that she's inherently too emotional, that she's too much. Y'all would be ripping that man to shreds in the comments, but yet y'all seem to give this woman a lot of grace. And it's always interesting to me that when it's about women or a father bashing a daughter, you guys want to rip him to shreds, but a mother can say whatever she wants about his son, and it's almost like, oh yeah, like men are crap, so it's justified. But what's crazy as a mother is to treat your son like he has threatening behavior just because he simply has male behavior. But let's just take it a step further, that because you're teaching your son that he's inherently bad, you're now creating an insecure attachment because he feels like he has to suppress who he is because the love from you is conditional. And it's conditional based on his behavior. Again, it's another example of why so many men struggle with their partners in relationships, and instead of women understanding that about their partners, they use it against them the same way that their mothers do. And let me just circle back to making videos like this. Eventually your children grow up and get to see the blueprint that you've created about them. And eventually he's going to see and know and understand, like, hey, my mom felt this way about me all the time. What could I have done differently? And you're creating a person that is anxious, insecure, isn't able to show leadership because that love is based on condition. You're erasing his masculinity because you're teaching him that male behavior is bad. You are training your son to not be the man that he needs to be tomorrow because you had a child that you didn't want in the first place. And this is why we see so many men in 2026 having difficulty in relationships because they've been raised either by mothers that didn't love them or single mothers that wanted to take away masculinity and only bring in femininity. Okay, bye.
Just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So you believe that you deserve the world, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong at all with that. But I just have one question. You say that you deserve the world, and your justification for that is you have all of these men in your life who buy you Uber Eats and take you out on dates and Uber Blacks, and they just provide everything to you. So you feel a sense of privilege. I should be taken care of because all of these men are willing to take care of me. And yet you're not dating a single one of them. Why? No. Don't leave. Don't leave the conversation because you know you don't have an answer. Well, you actually know the answer, you just don't want to say it, right? It's because you have expectations of what a man should be. My man has to look like this, and he has to make this amount, and he has to have a home like this, and you want a man like that to treat you like the simps do when they're not going to, because the reason they have everything in life is because they didn't simp over women. If you have multiple men in your life that provide you whatever you want whenever you ask, then you should date those men. You shouldn't be saying, this is what I expect out of my man, because you'd get that out of your man if you dated the men that already did it for you.
Can I just talk about how, on average, I'm opening the door for men more than they open the door for me?
Apparently, that's a problem. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hearing about it.
I knew that chivalry was, but I didn't know it was like this.
Like what? Being treated as an equal instead of a delicate, helpless woman that can't do anything for herself?
I don't mind being kind to men, opening the door for them, yeah. But it's just a little off-putting when it's 3 out of 5 times I'm opening the door for a man and he's just going right through.
Well, a lot of women do that to men. They go right through the door and don't even say thank you. But yet somehow women are offended when they're treated in the same way.
You feel like a man after that? Me personally, I wouldn't feel like a man after that. I'd feel like a...
It's rather ironic that when some women want to try to insult men, they usually end up referring to them by a term that was normally used to try to insult women, insinuating that they are feminine. Anyone else see the irony there?
And do you have any respect for yourselves? You guys, on average, guys, I'm really out here opening doors for men more than they're opening for me. We're talking about grown-ass men. We're talking about grown men, grown men, weird men, okay? Me, little lady, opening the door for you 3 to 5 times is kind of weird.
Interesting. And that goes right along with a little trend that I've been noticing, that some women really despise gender roles, except when it comes to men. They think that men apparently should stay in certain gender roles, but that it doesn't apply to women. Except, of course, when it benefits them.
I do think it is the case that oftentimes women lose attraction for their partner when the man is vulnerable.
I think it depends on the level.
That's for immature women.
I think even a very emotionally intelligent woman might run into something that just innately, regardless of your level of intelligence or IQ or EQ, you're going to witness a level of vulnerability in your partner that will give you...
If you're not able to manage it.
The ick.
If you're not
now,
able
let
to
me
manage
give you
it.
an example here. Has anybody here been dating a guy and he got beat up?
Oh my God, I would have to.
Have to what? Say it. Just even picturing it in your head, it sounds like you're gonna say you
Well,
break
but
up
like,
with the
what
guy.
was his
or
idiot self doing that got him beat up? Like, don't start a fight. That
maybe he didn't start it. I do think that some women will look at their boyfriend in this vulnerable state.
Yeah, but that's a them problem. That not a problem that makes it so that men should act any certain way.
I've gone through a lot of difficult things in my life. Even a girl I've been with for a long period of time, it's never occurred to me to sit down to be like, here's all the bad things that have happened to me.
But if I care about you as a person, I would want to know how your day is going. What's keeping you up at night?
So I could have the most terrible day ever, and if my girlfriend asks me about it, I'd just be like, it was good.
That's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you single?
Let's all apologize.
Yeah, that's why you're single.
Hey ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you destroy men in the 21st century?
If I were the devil and I wanted to destroy men in the 21st century, I'd start by removing their sense of purpose. I'd make them comfortable with mediocrity. I'd drown them in distractions, video games, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment, until years slip by and they wonder why they never built anything meaningful. I'd distort masculinity itself. I'd make strength seem toxic, leadership oppressive, and responsibility a burden. I'd make men ashamed of being men, stripping them of their natural role as protectors and providers, leaving them directionless, weak, and dependent. I'd promote pleasure over progress. I'd make them chase dopamine hits instead of real fulfillment, porn instead of real relationships, junk food instead of health, short-term gains instead of long-term success. I'd make vice feel like freedom and discipline feel like imprisonment. I'd sever them from faith. I'd make them believe that religion is outdated, that submission to God is weakness, and that morality is subjective. I'd fill their minds with nihilism and hedonism until they believe life has no real meaning beyond chasing their next high. I'd keep them alone, weak, and vulnerable, because a man with no tribe, no purpose, and no faith is the easiest to control.
Once you gotta start setting boundaries, she already out the door. She already out the door, man. Once you gotta start checking her, once you gotta start saying, hey, ho, that means she already lost respect for you. She already looking at somebody else, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. When a woman looks at you and say, this is the one, like this is the man that's going to lead me to promise, she's going to show up as the best version of herself. Because she know, hey, he's already pre-selected. And so I got to be on my A game because there's a whole lot of other women who want him. So I got to be on my A game. So if you got to start checking her, she done already checked out. All right. Save your breath, bro. Stop sending them long text messages. Stop texting back and forth. Just say, you know what? The best man won.
Into you, I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you, I'm into you. And baby, even on the worst nights, I'm into you, I'm into you. Let them wonder how we got this far, 'cause I don't really need to wonder at all. After all this time, I'm still into you.
And there was a woman, first of all, congratulations to this woman. She was 36. She had kids, I think 2 kids. And her, this dude, man, I'm reading this cap that he had. Listen, these women would have let this man where he was at with that cap. She said, I was told I would have to lower my standards for a man as a 36-year-old single mom who had her kids 100% of the time. And then she showed her man. I thought he was, pretty good looking, but he's an average looking guy. Doesn't have the best build. He's a normal dude. He's a normal dude. A lot of these modern women would pass this guy up, right? So once again, congratulations. That cap is wild. That cap is wild. Man, that's crazy. They would have looked at that cap and they would have called that man a perv, to be honest. They would have looked at that cap and said, man, this man is a perv. Why can't men be respectful? Yada, yada, yada. Right? A lot of these modern women, they have standards for men. And those standards would have pushed that man right out of their vision. And I guess he got with you and y'all are having a happy life, which once again, congratulations. That man wouldn't have even, women wouldn't even been looking at that. A lot of these modern women wouldn't even been looking at that man.